Yes, sir. What the deal is, man? You already know where you at. It's the Titans Colosseum podcast. I'm Morocco, and we're in the building tonight with my co-host RJ and our co-host for the night since Firestone in Miami shaking his behind. We got Maximus Titan fan, man. What's happening with y'all?
What's going on, man? Happy to be here. Happy to talk about these Titans, man. We got a lot of things to discuss there. We Morocco.
Yeah, man. We finna get to it, man. Max, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Thanks for having me on tonight, guys.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on with us, man. We rocked out with you Tuesday night, man. So, hey, it's right. We got to have you in the place to be tonight, man. But before we get to it, man, we're going to go ahead and plug our sponsors for the night. Credit King Steve, y'all already know, man, you need to get your credit together. Just like I told you last week, man. I know you're trying to ride clean, man. I know you're trying to get in that big old dream house of yours or get anything else that you want to get, man. You got to have good credit in this world, man. And Credit King Steve gonna get you right, man. He spent over 10 years with the IRS, so he already know about money. He can get you in there as far as anything that's got anything to do with credit, man. And once you get that whip, man, you're going to want to get it cleaned up. So you're going to have to go holler at our boy Trey, man. Trey Evans, hey, man, the boy cold when it comes to getting them whips clean, man. PurePressureMobile.com, man. He going to give you $20 off. His great prices he already got set if you tell him you came from the Titans Coliseum podcast, man. So y'all go holler at our people, man, because they going to get y'all right. So we're going to go ahead and get the show kicked off. We had got OTAs going on right now. And, a lot of good things came out of OTAs. It's still ongoing. It was opened up to the media Tuesday, wasn't open up to the media today. Shout out to everybody watching tonight, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get to a couple of notes that came out of OTAs. Derrick Henry, he was here. Usually don't take part in the voluntary part of it, but man, he showed up, man, and he was helping Tajay Spears out as well, man, being a mentor to I hate to break up that word mentor, man, because you already know the can of worms that opens up around here, man. But what are y'all thoughts of Henry, man, being in OTAs?
I'll start off. I'm happy, man. Derrick Henry right now, but I don't know if he's on the contract year or not, but right now, he's his future's not in question, man. Right now, I want Derrick Henry to ball out, man. Give the front franchise and our organization problems at the end of this season when it comes to signing him next year. Because if he comes out here, he has a big year, in my opinion. I think the franchise will try to extend him for at least a year or two. You know what I'm saying, to get him, see how long we got him for, man. But Derrick Henry, I have no doubt he has never given me a reason to doubt him. Maybe a little bit in the beginning of his career, but since he became the guy, he's never given me a reason to doubt him, man. That dude, man, he's a hard worker, works hard, man. I'm glad to see him out there.
Yes, sir. Max, you got anything you want to add to it?
Well, they did say that, that the offense has a lot of nuances and new language and stuff. That Tannehill said it was basically a brand new offense. So I'm hoping that not only for the mentoring part and the part that he just wants to show up, but maybe is to help learn that new offense that he's going to have a huge role in.
Nah, yeah, man, that's important too, man, because the new offense, I can't get the name out right now, but Mike Herndon, he wrote a great piece about it as well, man. He pretty much broke it down as simple as he could break it down. It's the Patriots offense, man. The terminology is shorter. They'll be able to, get to their plays quicker. I believe if health is wealth. So, if they healthy, they can be out on the field. I think this right here helped them, man, because Kyle Phillips, he was on What show was it this morning? It wasn't it this morning. It was on 3HL. He was on 3HL, and he mentioned that with Todd Downing, I mean, the play calling, I mean, it was pretty much, a couple sentences long or whatever, man. And you could only imagine being up out there hearing all that and then having
Yeah.
to line up and remember, your route, what you guys doing. I mean, it's a lot, man. So I mean,
Well, it sounds like to me that they sound like they're simplifying the offense and they're adding a little bit more flavor to it and make it easier on the players, man. I'm not buying that our receiver core is the worst receiving core in the league. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I mean, it may statistically be that, but I just feel like, man, I've seen too many training camps where these guys were doing good, and I've listened to the radio. I'm like, we got some good receivers. This offense look like this, and then we get in the game, and it's like these boys don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that in games. There's plenty of games where it's just like we didn't know what we were doing. And I'm not buying it, man. I just feel like it's overreaction by the fan base. And then when the season starts, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you, man. I mean, I don't think it's as bad as people say it is, but it's also
yeah, it could be better. It most definitely could be.
It can most definitely be better, man. Because I mean, I'm sitting up here still thinking about them rolling NWI out as wide receiver number 2 or 3, in which he's better suited to be 4 or 5. He can play wide receiver 3 in a pinch or whatever. But
I'm okay with him being a wide receiver 3 and below. Yeah, that's just how I am with NWI. Like, he needs to at least be, because like I said, man, I think I said it on Master's Show, man. He the most underappreciated Titan I ever seen in my life. Like, this dude, every time his number is called, he make plays. And I can name billions of games where he saved our behind, and y'all don't give him no credit for it, man. I'm tired of it, man. My variable, if I'm my variable, I'm looking at this stat sheet. That dude had more yards than Julio Jones. He had a lot of yards. I mean, I don't know how many yards he had last year. I think he had like 400 last year. And every time his name has been called, every time he called his name, he did something, man. Like, y'all got stuff. Like I said, most underappreciated Titan in history of the franchise, man. I'm telling you.
Man, you gotta put him in a position where he can succeed, man. I mean, that's pretty much the deal with any player, man. I mean, if they're not in a position where they can succeed, they're not going to succeed.
He said not a wide receiver, definitely not good enough. I agree. It definitely could be better. Right now, I feel like we're mid. We're probably like 22 in the NFL, in my opinion. 22, 23 in the NFL at wide receiver. I just don't think we're the worst. Like, they said we were 32. Like, I'm like, nah, they just going off of stats. Like,
and while we talking about the worst wide receivers group or whatever, man. ESPN, man, they put out a ranking today, man, and they pretty much said, I mean, we had the worst offseason, which I mean, I definitely don't agree with that right there. I mean, we just didn't go out and sign a whole bunch of big name players. And that's the thing, man. It's like the Titans are so easy to pick on. And it's like, dude, man, y'all don't understand what's going on around here.
They don't.
I mean, had we went out and signed all these big name players or whatever, I mean, they would have. Well, good with you, man. We would have, man, they would have been kissing our ass if we went up out there and signed a whole bunch of big name players. But that ain't what we do here.
Yeah, that's never been our MO, man. We're not the Cowboys, man. They sign a bunch of names just because they got names. Like, nah, we signed the players that fit our scheme. I don't understand how we had the worst offense. Somebody gotta explain that to me, man. We got rid of Dennis Daly, who was the worst offensive lineman in football, and we added Peter Skoronski, who was considered the best wide receiver, offensive lineman in football, and we added Peter Skoronski, which was one of the best offensive linemen in the draft, who was considered that, coming in, he was considered our best offensive lineman in the draft. We also added Andre Dillard, who was a first round pick for the Eagles. I mean, he didn't get a chance at his opportunity to start in Philly. I mean, that's obviously but he's better than damn Dennis Daly, man. You're not finna say and tell me you're not better than Dennis Daly. We got better on line of scrimmage. We also re-signed Jeffrey Simmons. Like, If we'd have let him go, then I'd be like, okay, yeah, we had the worst offseason. And we, like I said, yeah, and he even said down here, we got rid of Todd Downing. Like, we really got rid of our offensive coordinator who was freaking garbage. That's the worst offensive coordinator I ever freaking seen.
Addition by subtraction.
He's terrible. Like, we getting a lot of healthy guys back. We're getting Harold Landry back this offseason. Like, we was missing him this year. He played 1,000 snaps in 2021. Like, dude, we missing him. Like, we added more cornerbacks we added another cornerback in Sean Murphy Blunt who helps our cornerback room. I ain't gonna say tremendously, but he definitely helps. You know, he's better than what we had last year. I just feel like we're a better team this year than we were last year. I don't see what everybody else seeing.
Yeah, man. I mean, we legitimately replaced everybody that we let go last season, man. And I mean, the hate is real, but it ain't nothing new to us. Max, what you think about it, man?
I mean, y'all pretty much covered it, but you know, it's easy for me, you know, because I just look at, are we a better team than we were last year? And just like RJ said, yes, we are. You look at all the acquisitions that we got, the draft picks that we got. I look at this team and I see it as better on offense and better on defense and better on coaching staff. So, I mean, I'm not displeased with our off season. I don't think we had the best off season, but I definitely don't think we had the worst.
Nah, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
they gotta explain it.
It's just more hate, man. And somebody brought up KB. I mean, KB, he wasn't he wasn't in OTAs, but man, KB putting in work, man. I mean, you don't have to worry about KB. I mean, KB been a model Titan ever since he got drafted here. And I mean, he ain't missed the OTA until this season right here. And I mean, it's understandable, man. I mean, he gotta work out that money situation with the team. And from everything that's been said, is going to get worked out. So people don't freak out over KB not being here. But we're gonna go ahead and play this little video of him working out with Logan Ryan. Yeah, man, we had to take the sound out because we ain't trying to get sniped. Had some rap music going up in there, man. But y'all see it, man. KB, he putting in work, man.
Yeah, for the people, I want to say something to the people that's getting on KB for not being at OTAs. And I'm gonna say real with y'all, man. That man is a top 5, probably top 3 safety in the NFL right now. And he has been established on this football team. He does not have to go to voluntary off OTAs, bro. Like, Derrick Henry doesn't got to go to voluntary OTA. He's just there because he wants to coach up the young guys and be there and be a presence. Like, these are voluntary OTAs, man. If you're an established player, you don't need to be there, you know. As for like I said, man, KB don't need to be there. I feel like KB, he believes in this team, man. He wants to win with this roster, man, and I believe he's going to be a leader for this team this year.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not worried about KB at all, but
yeah, I see you top 1.
Yeah, man.
I ain't trying to be too biased on him, man. Like,
yeah, the guy I am worried about, I wouldn't just say so much worried about, but I'm concerned about the situation. Christian Fulton, he wasn't in OTAs, and actually he's been working out with David Alexander of DCB Fitness. I mean, he worked with LeBron James and D Wade as well, man. And Fulton, my thing about Fulton is, I mean, he's trying something different this all season. I mean, it's a contract year for him. I can't knock him, but at the same time, man, I mean, it's so much riding on this season for him. And I just feel like he needs to be there with the team as much as he possibly can, because if he goes out there and gets injured after working with his own guy, I mean, that's only gonna make the case stronger for the Titans to move on from him, and we don't need to be in a situation to where we're having to find two new cornerbacks next offseason, man, because I mean it's already our cornerbacks are, they solid right now, but they undersized. A lot of them are undersized. And Farley, I mean, whatever we get out of Farley, man, is what we get out of Farley. I pretty much just wrote this man off. I mean, it is what it is with Farley, but yeah, we need Fulton out there. We need him healthy.
Yeah, Fulton better have a big season, or he gone. I'm gonna be real. He better not be injury prone this year. Like, I mean, I understand if injuries are gonna happen, but he better not be. He better have a big season, because if he don't, he gone. They getting him up out of here. No, I'm letting you know now. Then him and Farley both gone. We probably gonna draft a cornerback first round. No one else.
Probably so.
I'll say this about the people that didn't show up to camp and everybody statements about it or whatever, and all the people freaking out. Wait until training camp. If by training camp these guys aren't here, then it's time to start talking about it. Until then, it's just rumor. I mean, like we were just talking about earlier, Derrick Henry never showed up to OTAs. I mean, it was a big deal that he showed up this year. They made a big deal about it because they were like, hey, Derrick Henry's here. So if we weren't making a big deal about Derrick Henry not showing up last year, why is it a big deal that KB and Christian Fulton and all these other guys aren't here this year?
After the Bengals game, Ryan Tannehill didn't show up to voluntary OTAs.
Yeah, I know y'all remember the fishing picture or whatever. Everybody lost their minds just because, I mean, he was fishing while the Titans were going through OTAs, and I'm like, man, I mean, y'all doing too much, man. I mean,
we're not forcing people to be there. I'm just saying you should be here. Like, I just feel like Christian Fulton should be there because, I mean, he's on friends with this organization. I feel like you need to be. I ain't gonna say need to, but you should be there. Same with Caleb Farley. You need to be here, bro. Like, you're gonna be gone,
Yeah, and the only reason they're really making a big deal about KB is because he's always been there. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is you want the consummate pro just like KB is. You want Christian Fulton to be like Kevin Byard, but he doesn't have the same character, drive, whatever you want to call that, obviously. Because he's working with a basketball trainer.
I'm definitely excited about Traylon Burks and Cheek. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, I'm looking for those two to have a big year. Let me throw this out there to y'all. What would y'all consider a big year for Traylon and Cheek?
I give me 700 yards for Chig and 5 TDs and 800 yards and 7 TDs for Traylon.
I mean, that's reasonable. I mean, I honestly was looking for you to say 1,000 from.
I ain't gonna put 1,000. 1,000 from. He in the offense that rarely gonna produce 1,000. Like, we so spoiled with AJ Brown, bro. Like, that's hard to do, bro. That's hard. 1,000 yards in an offense where we gonna run the ball 30 times for 30 or 40 times. Like, you can ask Maximus over there. He a Georgia fan. They run the ball all the darn time. They need to have 1,000-yard wide receiver. Like, it's hard, bro. And it's a college,
You I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I'm not a real big stat guy. I'm more concerned with impact during the game. I mean, if that's 800 impact for yards or whatever, I'll take it. If that's 700 impact for yards,
everybody in the
I mean, I'll take it.
I'm not putting no 1,000-yard expectations on Traylon Burks, man. I'm telling you, it's hard to get 1,000 yards in this offense. Unless they coming out with really slinging it like they saying they gonna do, then he'll get 1,000. But if we going back to that run heavy, it's hard to get 1,000 because he only gonna get like 2-3 catches a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard.
But they say Tim Kelly likes to throw the ball too, man.
I do want to see what Tim Kelly what spin he gonna put on the offense though, man.
Yeah, he does throw. He does throw a lot on first downs too. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes as far as that. But man, I'm kind of worried about Vrabel meddling too, because Vrabel. I mean, he's a known meddler.
What I'm scared of is that we're gonna come out the first 5 games and try to throw the ball and go 2 and 3, and they be like, all right, we just need to go hand the ball to Henry. Just need no line hand to Henry.
Right.
You know how we do, man. That's what I'm scared of, bro. I feel like that's what's good. How many times have we kind of try to come out and throw the ball and it didn't work, and we just said, man, forget it, we need to get the ball to Henry. Like, exactly, we do it every year. Like, we do it every year, bro.
Sorry about that, fellas.
Oh, it's all good, man. But yeah, man. I mean, we were just in here talking about Tim Kelly. I mean, he likes to pass a lot on first down. You got anything you want to add to it, Max?
Oh, well, you were talking about the big estimations.
Yeah.
I think RJ's numbers are expected numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I expect from Chig and Burks. For me, a big year for them. Obviously for Burks, like you said, 1,000 yards. I know we've been spoiled with AJ Brown. We did get spoiled with AJ Brown because he was amazing, and I don't think Burks is quite that level. I hope he is, but I don't know. We'll have to see. His first year numbers do look a lot like AJ's first year numbers. He just wasn't, or he was just hurt a little more than AJ was. But as far as Chig goes, I would like to see him get about 800 yards. I think that's a pretty high, estimation, especially with the fact that I think Wiley will get about 4. But I think Tajay Spears might get 300 or 400 yards this year too. I mean, I could see us being a completely different looking offense this year. And that's what I hope.
I don't think I'll be putting too much on them, but I'm kind of looking at Tajay Spears as like an X factor of some sort, because Derrick Henry is gonna come up off that field when it comes time to pass the ball. And if Tajay Spears come in and he's productive while he's on the field, man, I mean, that right there could open up a whole lot with this offense.
I better not see no Titan fan giving Tajay Spears any type of credit this season, because nobody wanted this dude, bro. Nobody wanted this dude. Man, he got an ACL, man. Why we get the backup running back, man? It's stupid. Hey, bro, like, I did not hear nothing, man. I like, man, look, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad at first until I looked at the film. Until I looked at the film, I said, oh yeah, I see why they drafted this dude. We need a backup running back for Henry, you know what I'm saying? And never know, Henry get hurt, man. Knock on wood, you know what I'm saying? We have a running back,
Yeah, man. I mean, Tajay, I wasn't so much mad at us drafting Tajay. I was mad about the whole wide receiver situation, which I'm not gonna get into. I mean, it pretty much is what it is. But man, you go cut on that tape of Tajay Spears, man, and if you sit up and deny his talents, you are a fool, man. I mean,
hold on. I got you. Hold on. All right. We ain't even got to turn on. We got some tape right here. Y'all sit back and just enjoy, man. Oh, okay. All right.
Man, you know who he kind of put me in the mind of, though?
Who?
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, he got a little bit of Le'Veon.
Yeah, man. I love how dude just, run behind them pads, man. I mean, he just so patient as a runner, and he can get to his top end speed pretty freaking fast too. Yeah. And you see that in some running backs, like, they try to, get to their top end speed before, the block set up or whatever. But with Tajay, I mean, he's a patient runner, and when he gets to that open field, I mean, he can dust pretty much anybody.
Yeah, he said definitely. I see a little bit of a slower Chris Johnson. I do see a little bit of Chris Johnson in him. Like Chris Johnson, he like if Tajay Spears, he ain't just no all speed back. Like neither was Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson hit you. You know what I'm saying? He can get some. He got some tough yards, man. He was a every down back for the Tennessee Titans.
Now, a lot of people don't give CJ credit for it, but CJ was a damn good blocker too in the backfield, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only problem with him was his vision.
Yeah. Vision was
And see,
vision. I
that's
mean,
another
could have
thing that
been
people
better.
like. Man, people forgot we got Hassan Haskins. Like, dude, we got 3 running backs that I feel like that we can use. You know what I'm saying? That we don't have to just use Derrick Henry on every single play. Like, we can use other running backs. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry can do. He ain't gotta get 355 carries, man. Like,
That's
Right.
right.
and be winded by the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 running backs that we can keep Derrick Henry healthy throughout the whole season. You know.
And something else I want to throw out there too that I've been thinking about. I mean, the thing people say about Derrick Henry is he needs, 30, 35 carries or whatever to, be the Derrick Henry we know or whatever. I mean, I think Derrick Henry can do that in 2025 carries. Because I mean, we done seen it in these games or what. It don't take Derrick Henry long to bust off them big plays. I mean, we can pretty much see, in the first, second quarter, what kind of game it's gonna be for Derrick Henry. So this whole thing about him needing 30 carries a game or whatever to do what he do, I mean, we need to
I
just
watched
go ahead and put that one to
I
bed.
watched LaDainian Thomason in the committee. I watched Saquon. I watched CJ McCaffrey this year in a committee. I've seen the Eagles have a committee when they won the Super Bowl with LeGarrette Blount now. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Marshawn Lynch in a committee. Like, you can do that with an elite running back. You know what I'm saying? It just you just gotta use it. You just gotta know when to play the other guys. You know, when Derrick Henry he gets tired. I mean, now Derrick Henry is okay. He can go to the bench, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we can not. You know what I'm saying? The defense is still gonna have to play the same defense. Probably not as much 8 in the box, but we're still a threat without Derrick Henry out there. That's the point I'm making. What's up, Titan Rossi?
Yo,
What's going
Rossi,
on,
what's
man?
happening with you, man? But yeah, it boils down to that offensive line as well, man. I mean, that offensive line getting a push. I mean, pretty much you can deploy any of your running backs in there, and they can be able to do work. So yeah, man, Derrick Henry, he don't need all them touches like people say he need. And plus, too, I mean, we need to try to preserve Derrick Henry just in case we start off good and get better throughout the season and put ourselves in a position to where
What
we're
up,
going to
Titan
make the
Rossi?
playoffs.
Yeah, man. I'm over here. Speaking of this garbage ass division we play in. Man, we got Jaguar fans trying to tell us we need to rebuild. Like, I'm like, dude, like, ain't nothing ever in the city of Duval ever made me want to do a rebuild. Like, Trevor Lawrence does not scare me that much, bro. That says I need to rebuild. Now, if you guys had Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or something, I'm like, oh yeah, we got to rebuild for this dude. You know.
More foolishness from our favorite rodents at the bottom of the map. But man, look, man. They've been wanting the Titans to rebuild so bad. I mean, we heard Colts fans last season talking about trading Derrick Henry or whatever. I mean, this man that's what people do when you good. I mean, they look for your downfall, and that's what's happening with the Titans.
Here they
They
come.
look
Oh my
last in
God.
the that's gonna be Houston.
Hey, they want us to get Caleb Williams, baby.
That's
That's what you
going
want. You
that's
want to get
going to
Caleb
be
Williams.
Houston.
You want to
That is
get
not
Caleb
gonna be the
Williams.
Titans. And Breeze know that ain't gonna be the Titans. He just on here trolling though. But
Nah,
yeah,
last in
man.
division. I'm gonna
Go
tell you
ahead.
who's gonna be last in division this year. The Indianapolis Colts, bro. I'm telling y'all this now. And me and Max know, bro, because they got a quarterback that is not gonna be ready this year. He was terrible at Florida. I ain't gonna say terrible. He was below average at Florida, man. It's gonna, but we see the potential in dude. He got potential, man. Anthony Richardson definitely has potential to be the best quarterback out of this draft class. But right now, he is not ready, bro. And they trying to throw him out there week 1. He finna be sorry. You finna see.
Man, I think he gonna end up hitting the field this season, though, man. I know they want to sit him or whatever, but he gonna end up hitting the field, man, because Gardner Minshew. I mean, I rock with Gardner Minshew, man. I mean, he's a solid backup quarterback. He can go win you some games, but I mean, he's not gonna be able to be that guy throughout the season. And once they see that, they're gonna be ready to throw Anthony Richardson up out there. And then with the Colts and they kooky owner. I mean, Ursay, we didn't draft Richardson for nothing, man. You gotta throw him out there. He's got to learn.
It's the Vince
I think
Young
the best rookie
situation.
season from our division is definitely gonna be CJ Stroud. I think it's gonna be CJ Stroud. And they're getting John Mechie back too. So they'll probably win about 6-7 games this year. I think the Texans win about 6-7. Yeah, they'll. I just need them to beat the Jaguars. Beat the Jags for it, man. Please beat them, bro.
Man, everybody gonna beat the Jaguars. I'm not worried about anybody getting swept by the Jaguars this season, man, because they know deep down inside how they won that division. And even last season, in all of their so-called greatness, they still lost to Houston and they still lost to Indy at home. And the only reason they swept us was because of the NFL. So I'm not worried about Jacksonville and anything they fans is saying. I mean, all they doing is wishing on our downfall just so they can try to come up. But even if we do fall, Jacksonville damn sure ain't gonna come up.
You said you've been watching on OTA. You said Stroud. Yeah, I like CJ Stroud, man. I told you that's why we were so hype on here, man. When we thought we were gonna get CJ Stroud, y'all got him, man. And we were sick, man. We were like, dang, man, we really got CJ Stroud. That'd been nice.
Yeah, I gotta give Houston some credit though, man. I mean,
they did
I hate them, but they slaughtered us in the draft, man. I mean, they went snatched Stroud and then traded back up and got Will Anderson. I was like, man, I cannot hate on them for that, man. They did some big ass shit.
I gotta give the Texans credit.
Bro. That's some damn good moves.
I gotta give them credit for the move where I read a story where they drafted Tank Dell because when they drafted CJ Stroud, he basically said, y'all need to draft this Tank Dell kid. I want him. Go get him. And they went and got it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
go ahead.
If that works out for them, that's I don't know, that might change the.
Man, don't forget they got John Mechie too, man. Like, we can't forget about it, bro. I'm telling you, John Mechie's a dog. I watched him in the Alabama, dude. He was a problem. So he coming back from cancer, man. It's gonna be the story.
Oh yeah, and with DeMeco Ryans, I think he looks a lot like Vrabel did when he was a young coach. So maybe a little bit more polished, but as far as communication goes, but I think the defensive thing is going to keep. They're going to be kind of like a version of us. I mean, they're going to keep in games with their defense, and I think they're going to be a little problemsome.
Yeah, they're definitely building something. I think they're gonna be the sneaky team of this AFC South, man. They got Damian Pierce too, man, who's a damn good running back. They got like I said, John Mechie. They got Tank Dell. I don't know I don't really know their receiving core that much. Like I know theirs is just as mid as ours, but like
God, I forget the dude name. They got I think his name Nico.
Yeah, Nico Collins. That's
Nico Collins. Yeah, I mean Nico Collins, he good too, man. I mean they got some pieces up over there to build on, most definitely, man. It's just with the Texans. I mean, it's just all about what's going on.
Oh, yeah, they do got Bobby Trees. They got Robert Woods, bro. I forgot they got him.
Yeah, I was watching somebody's show the other day. I don't remember who it was, but they said that they predicted that Robert Woods was going to be the leading receiver on the team, and I was like, dang, I'm sorry for y'all, dude, because if that's the leading receiver on y'all's team, that's bad. That's not a good thing.
I'm gonna throw a hot take about that. Robert Woods gonna end up getting cut. I mean, he gonna end up getting cut before.
I think his best years are behind him now, man. He's now, he was a good receiver for the Rams, good receiver for the Bills, but I mean, other than that, like,
well, he was supposed to be a number 2 wide receiver. He was supposed to come in with A.J. Brown. Now, him and A.J. Brown might have actually produced some really amazing stuff.
What did he do? Let me see. I'm going to look at his stats. Man.
He didn't. I think
Robert Woods.
Yeah, what did he? Yeah,
I think he had around He had 500 yards.
Yeah, 521 yards.
There you go.
I was gonna say 4, but I mean,
Yeah.
shoot. I mean, he wasn't impactful in those games, man. And I mean, we saw it. I mean, Robert Woods just wasn't the same receiver that he was before he tore his ACL.
Yeah, and I mean production wise, if you look at Chris Moore and Robert Woods, they're basically last year their production was pretty darn similar.
Yeah, and that
So
was Chris Moore's best season, I think they said.
Yeah, he
yeah,
can't blame us because I mean he did the exact same thing with the Rams the year before, and that was the year they won the Super Bowl. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like he can't blame us, man. Like we wasn't the problem. It's
yeah,
just
no,
he just not what he used to be anymore.
Let's
yeah, he
veterans
lost the step.
denial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he a vet now. So I
that's
just
all
man,
right. Houston can have him.
I don't know about this Chris Moore dude. I got to see a little bit more from him, man. I've been trying to find some film on him and what he did on the Texans, and it's like I can't really. I mean, he had a good game against the Cowboys, but I definitely want to see what he does for us, man. I don't know. He even said in his quote, he's like, I can do anything they want me to do. I'm like, can you be AJ Brown? I mean, you got his number on. You feel me? Like,
Oh man,
Yeah, man. But we're gonna talk about Tanner a little bit, man. I mean, of course, Tanner been in the house. I mean, Tanner ain't never left. I mean, shoot, man. He wasn't there last year. People were trashing him. He there this year, and people still trashing him. But actually, Tanner been doing quite well in these OTAs, man. He connected on his first 8 pass attempts of the day and threw a beautiful pass across the middle to Chig. And his only so-so throw was a deep ball to Racing McMouth, and the ball fell to the ground. Fell to the ground because of it. And yeah, man, I think this offense is going to help Tanner out a lot, man. I mean, it's simplified. I mean, he can, get to the plays quick or whatever. And I mean, I think we'll see a closer 2020 version of Tannehill this season, in my opinion. He'll be closer to that right there.
well, he'll have an opportunity to. I'll say that he's got more weapons this year than he did last year for sure. He'll have more opportunity to show that he's not lost that step as he's starting to get up in age as a quarterback. You know what I mean? And that's I think that's what we're thinking too. 35 years old. Oh man, we need to find the next starter. That's why we drafted a quarterback right after we just drafted a quarterback. That and the fact that obviously Vrabel doesn't like Malik Willis, but
man, even if you feel me, if Tannehill gone next year, I'll draft another quarterback, man. Let's go ahead and there, man. We can have 3 young quarterbacks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you
until
keep
we
getting
get
a
the right
quarterback.
one.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I said until you
Swing
find a
till you
quarterback,
hit.
you keep getting them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Titans are doing. Everybody like, well, you guys getting quarterback. We trying to find a quarterback. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
let them all just keep battling each other and keep on
Yeah.
knocking each other off until you find one.
Yeah, we don't want to have to pay one millions and millions of dollars just to play for us.
If we're gonna get somebody this big 200 plus 300 some plus contract, dude, I want him to be Joe Burrow. You feel
Yeah,
me?
everybody wanted us to get
Might be
Lamar
Mahomes.
Jackson.
Yeah,
I was so against the Lamar Jackson's
yeah.
talk in the offseason. Everybody wanted us to get Lamar Jackson, and I was like, no.
Speaking
Man.
of, he didn't show up. He didn't show up for the first day of OTAs with the Ravens. What y'all think about that?
Dude. I honestly, if I was a Ravens fan, I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, after he did all in this offseason about the contract, I mean, I feel like he should have been the first one there. He should have been there holding the door open for everybody else to come in. I mean, shoot, you gotta stand up and be a leader, man. And they believe in Lamar, but I mean, you not being there for the first day of OTAs, bro. After all that, man, come on, man.
So if the Titans get the number 1 pick in the draft this year, I'm not wishing that upon us. But I'll say, do y'all get you say go get Caleb Williams?
might as well swing until you hit.
I would too. You telling me you could get Caleb Woods?
I wouldn't be mad at it, but at the same time, too, you know who else coming out too, and you know we desperate when it comes to finding wide receivers. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Hey, if we get Marv, dude, we definitely got to trade back, bro. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, man. We got to get all them picks that we get for the number 1 pick, and we trade back and go get Marv, bro. Hey, that would be crazy.
Yeah, we ain't gonna speak too much about that though, man. Titans making the playoffs. Titans going to the Super Bowl. Titans winning the Super Bowl this year. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say.
Tighten up.
I like the confidence, man. Like you already see it in my caption, man. We better than any Jacksonville and Houston, man. Always will be. This man said Joe Milton. I'm a ball fan, bro. Ain't no way, bro. Joe Milton.
Yeah, they tripping, man. Man, RJ, you gonna have to talk to your Vols people, man. They've been wilding, man, especially on Will Levis.
I told you I had to put my volunteer glasses down, bro, when it comes to him, man. Like, I'm trying, dude. It's hard, bro. It's so hard because I can't look at no Kentucky player and just think that they're good. Like, they a hoop school, man. Like, I forever see them as a basketball school. So,
but yeah, man. Speaking of, man, I mean, we'll get into his notes. He worked in the rookie period pretty much, and he connected on throw to Mason Kinsey, and he mishandled the snap as well. So I mean, he working through it, man. I mean, he a rookie. Mistakes are to be expected. It ain't nothing to freak out about or whatever. I mean, we've seen in the past where we draft a quarterback and, you know, they have to come in here and work on, you know, handing the ball off and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But we'll just got to keep working. And as far as Malik goes, I mean, Max brought it up, and I actually went back and watched the video. Malik, man, I mean, his whole demeanor just done changed. I mean, he ain't, you know, the same talkative Malik that he was or whatever. I mean, and he pissed off about the situation. He really is pissed off about it. Watching that video, I can't say that he lost confidence in himself, but something done changed in him. And I hope it's for the better. I hope he out there pissed off for greatness, because that right there will push Will Levis to be great, and iron sharpen iron and get into a count battle with each other. And then next thing you know, we sitting up over here with Tannehill, you know, seasoned vet, sitting up over here, Will Levis doing his thing and Malik doing his thing. That's the kind of situation I want to see coming out of training camp.
Yeah, I do want to see. I'm glad that Malik and Will are battling, because they're gonna do nothing but make each other better. So, you know, hopefully we'll see come preseason what both of these quarterbacks are gonna look like. It's gonna be an interesting preseason though. Like, we get to watch both quarterbacks. We ain't gotta watch what was that bum quarterback we had, man, like, last year.
Which one?
No, the one that we had behind Malik Willis last year. He was terrible. I went to
Logan Woodside.
Yeah, Woodside. He was so trash, bro. He was terrible. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I can't even watch this. Like, I went to both preseason games that were at home. I think we played the Tampa Bay and we played Arizona. And I went to both of them, man. And every time I was like, okay, I'm here to just watch Malik, and I'm gone. Like, we watched Malik, you know, he played about the first half, and after he was gone, man, they threw Woodside out there. He threw a pick. I said, yeah, I'm out of here. Like, I ain't about to watch this. He's terrible. Like,
man, Colt McCoy came in here and pushed Woodside the season before that, I believe. And, you know, some people felt like, you know, Colt McCoy had the better preseason and should have got that backup position. But, you know, with the Titans, I mean, they loved Logan Woodside until they figured out that, hey, we got to try something a little bit more different around here.
Until they actually had to play him.
Yeah.
yeah.
But before that, I mean, he was decent. I mean, I don't want to say he was good, but he was decent. But when he had Colt McCoy on his back, I mean, you could just see it that, he was sweating. And then when they drafted Malik, I don't know why he was sweating because of Malik, but I mean, shoot, he definitely wasn't the same Logan Woods side that some people had, started gaining feelings towards. But what else we got, man? We got some random notes that came out as well. Arden Key, man. Say making his presence known. And one guy said that, you definitely recognize Arden Key when he's out there. And to me, I feel like that's what we've been needing, man. We've been needing some consistency on that left side because we got some good play out of Weaver, but at the same time, too, man, Weaver, he's still working through some things or whatever, just, being a more disciplined player. I mean, he has some penalties that set us back last year, and Arden Key, I believe he's gonna be good for us. What you got for us, Flame?
Until I heard
Yeah, Kyle Phillips. Kyle Phillips. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
he putting on weight.
yeah.
He say he want to
Like I
play
said, I always
above.
like Kyle Phillips, man. He a damn good route runner, man. He just gotta get bigger. That was the only thing about him, man. I was like, yeah, once he gets some size on him, man. We'll definitely. I definitely want to see what he's gonna look like, man. I'm pretty excited about him.
Yeah, he wanna play above 190, he say, and he just about there. I think he said he at 187 right now, but yeah, keep packing on that muscle, man. The more muscle you pack on, man, the better you'll be able to absorb them hits. And that's my only knock on Kyle Phillips, man. Just when he was catching the ball last season, I was just looking at him like, man, I just know this dude gonna get hurt at some point. I mean, shoot, he just looks so frail up out there, and I'm happy to see it, man.
Most definitely. I was gonna talk about Arden Key, man. Like the more and more I look at film of Arden Key, man, the more and more I see why they picked him up, just because his versatility, man, he could play in the inside and the out. And for as much trash that he talked, dude, like I like that, man. I want a trash talking defensive line, man. I want a defensive line that everybody know when they come out, say, oh damn, we playing a tight this week, so they do this, that, and the other, man. I love defensive linemen. I love having trenches that get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? I like the trench work with that, because that trenches win Super Bowls, man. If you didn't know that, you look at the Kansas City Chiefs this year. You look at the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They had very, very good trench work this year. And on offensive line, man, for the Kansas City Chiefs did a darn good job blocking for Patrick Mahomes this year. On top of, they D-line, they was number 2 in sacks this year. So they got to the quarterback, and they got one of the best pass rushers in the league, in the interior pass rusher in the league, and Chris Jones. So,
people don't acknowledge that. People don't acknowledge the trench play like that, man. I mean, shoot, man, they what makes offense and the defense go, man. I mean, if the offensive line ain't handling business, man, the quarterback can't handle his business, in which, the running back can't handle their business. The wide receivers ain't going to be able to handle their business. Just like with the defense, if it's not working up front, them cornerbacks ain't going to be able to hold up forever. And it just boils down to, how long can them cornerbacks hold up? Because your quarterback's not good, I mean, you're going to get smoked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I look at it like this, though. That's why I keep telling people, like, they talk about these bad seasons for the Titans and they offense going to be worse this year. I'm like, nah, we got better trenches this year on offense, man. I feel like if we had a good trench work last year, I feel like our offense would have been at least in the top 15. You know what I'm saying? Top 16, we was in 30, like a lot. If we can run the ball on you, we can. Everything else opens up. I don't think people realize that. Like that's why, that's why I keep saying I feel like we just need a wide receiver, just take the top off the defense, and that if you always have that threat of somebody that can take the top off the defense, once we get to running the ball, it's gonna open up. These safeties have to come down for Derrick Henry, man. Like, Derrick Henry always gonna get the respect especially when he get going, So it
Yeah,
is what it
man. I
is,
mean,
man.
people done seen, what we can do when our line is doing work, man. I mean, look at I hate to go back to this game, man, but
He right
man,
though.
look at the Cincy game, man, in the playoffs, man. 9 freaking sacks. I mean, that defense did what they were supposed to do to the worst offensive line in the NFL at the time. I mean, they ate them alive. I mean,
Mhm.
we didn't win the game, of course, but I mean, the defensive line, man, when that line is getting off, I mean, everything else is gonna go so much smooth. The same thing on offense, man. If them bigs getting push in the run game, man, I mean, that ain't gonna do nothing but get them excited. And when it comes time for them to pass the ball, hey, they gonna be ready for it, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. He said, oh yeah, that back to Mr. John comment. Yeah, you 100% correct, man. Defense, run game, and Stonehouse will keep us in every game. But I will agree though, we need a passing game if we're gonna beat some of these top teams, man. Only thing we're gonna do is just be in a game with them. Like you gotta break these teams back, bro. And I feel like a downfield passing game does that. You gotta break a team wheel. If you ain't gonna break a team wheel, just running the ball on every other play, like they're gonna stop that. We got to be able to throw the ball down the field. And I feel like a offensive line can help that. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line can block for at least 2 to 3 seconds. It can help you, you know what I'm saying, open up a downfield pass game. And I feel like that's what we was missing.
Think about it like this right here. The run game is like a jab, and the pass game is like that haymaker.
Mm-hmm.
Throw that haymaker with the pass game. You run them down, hit them with the jab, 2 yards, 3 yards. You rip off 6, 7. You might rip off a 20, knock them down with that jab. And then once they start, worrying about that jab, and when you throw that haymaker, go up over the top on them. And that's how you wear down a defense. And we haven't been able to do that because of the lack of weapons. But hopefully, man, Traylon, he can stay healthy this year, and Chi can, do some work. And Wiley, man, don't sleep on Wiley too, man,
Yeah, I like
because I
him.
mean, if they doing work, Wiley gonna eat too, because the Titans love their tight ends, and he gonna definitely see the field.
Yeah, we're most definitely a wear you down type team. We got big wide receivers. I think Nick Westbrook Akina is a bigger wide receiver. He can block and wear you down. Traylon Burks is big and wear you down. Like I said, we got an offensive line that's to me is a more of a fit for run blocking. Derrick Henry, obviously, he's a wear you down bag. He gonna wear you down. And then we got another guy in Tajay Spears who is gonna change the pace of the game. He gonna bring that speed element that we kind of missing when we throwing them jabs. You know what I'm saying? Now I just wish we had, like I said, I wish we had a deep threat. And I know he said Racy McMath. Let me see. I got to see a little bit more of Racy McMath in a game. I see him in practice, but I don't see him in games. You know what I'm saying? Like in games, it's like they only throw them the ball. So and he got to stay healthy too. He been hurt. He said the problem is down and didn't call a lot of play action and PA games, even the defense was selling out on the day. Yeah, and I said that when we was playing I can't remember what team we was playing, but I'm watching the play call and I'm like, I think we was playing Houston, man. And it was like I was watching them like on first down. I'm like, they sending everybody on first down. I'm like, can we hit them deep? Like I'm looking at them, they sending safety, corners, all this other stuff on first down. It's like they already know we gonna run the ball on first down. It's like they trying to do what they can to limit what we do on first down. And I'm like, we need to find something else to do besides just run the ball. Like be more run to the outside, run where the blitz isn't coming from, do something or just throw the ball deep. Like at least try them deep.
I'm thinking about whether they was worried about the offensive line holding up is the reason why they didn't call much play action last year, man.
Mhm.
Because
That too.
The Titans, I mean, shoot, that's what they love to do. I mean, that play action. I mean, run it, play action. If that's their dream offense right there. Run it, play action. That's how they want to operate. And last year, man, they wasn't doing a lot of play action. And
That
in the
could be it.
past, I would like to the point where I just knew when we were gonna take a shot, and we would take those shots. And last year, I was just waiting for us to take those shots, and we just didn't take those shots. And I just felt like, well, maybe they worried about the offensive line because I mean, as bad as Down is, I mean, he will play action the hell up out of him. I mean, if he feels like they can hold up.
Yeah, it's more so. Yeah, it got to be the offensive line, man. They wasn't trying to get behind those sticks on the early downs. They was not because they knew that offensive line can't block for no more than a second without Tannehill getting sacked. Like it had to be, man, because I just that offense that we was running, man, it just seemed like we were trying to run past people to death, and it was just so sad to look at last year.
Yeah, Max, he couldn't join us having internet problem, but man, Max, man, salute to you for jumping up in here tonight with us, man. Y'all go make sure y'all check Max out on fanbattlesports.com too, man, because he writing articles, he doing his own podcast too as well, man. Y'all most definitely go check Max out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, down there, man. I'm glad I ain't got to talk about this dude. We got tired of talking about him on the show, man. We used to talk about. We was like, man, I don't even want to bring that name up anymore. We was just like, dude, Downing is so bad. Like,
He said we convinced them. Man, Michael been down on the Titans, man. I mean, Michael been like, man, he been like, man, we ain't gonna do this.
I already
We ain't
said,
gonna
dude,
do
I said
that.
9 to 11 wins this year. I said 9. No, I'm at 8 to 11. 8 to either Florida gonna be 8 wins for me. Nah, Florida gonna be 7 wins for me, and high gonna be, and the ceiling is 11. That's where I'm at, 7 to 11 wins, depending on how what some team getting injured. You know what I'm saying? Some advantage, some team gonna have some disadvantage that we can take advantage of.
Yeah, people just got to understand how we lost the division last year, man. I mean, Jacksonville needed the refs. I can't say that enough. Jacksonville needed the freaking refs. I mean, we pretty much went through the same injury situation we went through in 2021. I mean, shoot, I mean, sure enough, I mean, we got a first seed up out of it in 2021, but I mean, we couldn't repeat that last year. I mean, that right there is hard to sustain. Any team lose that many players, I mean, you're going to lose. And with all that going on, I mean, like I said, Jacksonville needed the refs to win the division, and we didn't lose much. I mean, that's where my confidence and optimism is coming from, is because we still got our key players here. We still got Henry, 1,500 yards. Tannehill, I mean, you can say what you want about Tannehill, but Tannehill looked fine last year until the offensive line got him killed. We re-signed Big Jeff. We ain't got to worry about that no more. Lawan, I mean, God bless Lawan. He did a lot of great things for us here, but we was able to move on from Lawan and Dennis Daly, and we got
Aaron Brewer
Andre
playing in
Dillon in
the
here.
correct
Yeah,
spot now.
we got Dillon in here, which should be better than Dennis Daly. I mean, man, we didn't lose much at all. We didn't lose anything really. I mean,
really,
we actually gained. So, I mean, that's where my confidence is coming from.
We should get a better Traylon Burks and Cheek, man. And I feel like that, like I said, if we get 800 yards from Traylon, 600 yards from Cheek, you know what I'm saying? 600, yeah, I got around 600. And we get I said we just need a number 2, man. I just wish we had a better number 2 wide receiver that we could trust, man. And I'm telling y'all, like we had 11. We had 11. If we get a better, if we somehow get Mike Evans or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get Mike Evans or we get Tyler Boyd. Man, if we get Tyler Boyd, I'm at 11. That's what I mean. We had 11 wins. We get Tyler Boyd.
Dio said I could have did better than Dennis Daly. I mean, shoot,
Right.
he was out.
I'd been better with you. I'd been better with you at left tackle.
He was out there, man. I mean, he stunk, but good God alive. I mean, I feel like you could that. If you ask me, could I have done better than Dennis Daly? I probably said nah, man. And y'all definitely ain't finna get out here and cuss me the hell out when I get pushed on my ass. But Mr. John brought up D-Hop. I don't know, man. I mean, June 1st is next Thursday. So we're going to see what goes on with that D-Hop situation. If he gets released, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I'm damn sure not wanting us to trade for D-Hop.
I'll take D-Hop over the Nick Westbrook. Hey, Chris Moore.
Yeah, we most definitely would. Antonio Brown, man, he playing a renting league football. I heard about that, man. AB, I mean, shoot. I don't know.
Maybe Colton Dow. Maybe he gonna be on number 2, man. Colton Dow.
Yeah, Colton Dow, man. Did you see that video of him in practice?
Nah, what'd he do?
Man, shoot. He looked like he was on his way to Vrabel's doghouse, man. But I mean, it's
real. You talking about where he messed up on that drill?
Yeah,
I seen that.
Yeah, man. I mean, rookie just going through it.
I don't know, man. Maybe if Robert Woods get cut, he played for the Texans, man. So Vrabel can't wait to get his ass.
No, man.
He can't wait to get his ass back. Oh yeah, you was already here, and you went to Texas. You perfect.
Right. We ain't got nothing to trade for him, and not damn sure. And hell, how many draft picks we got next year? Cause we ain't got many.
Man, we
got like 4 or 5 draft picks or something for next year.
I'm finna look. I know we missing one because of that Julio Jones trade. Let me see.
Yeah, we ain't got many at all, man. So. I'm gonna quit thinking about any trade, but that going well when the trade deadline get here in the middle of the season, people gonna be hollering, man, we need to trade for somebody. We ain't got nobody we ain't got nothing to trade with, man.
We don't have a 3rd round pick.
We don't have a 3rd round pick. And what else we out of? I feel like we
traded the 3rd round pick for we traded a 3rd round pick. We ain't got no 5th round pick either. Cause we traded for Dennis Daly.
So there's like 5 draft picks we got?
Yeah, we got 1. Hold on. Yeah. We ain't got no 6th round pick because of Hugo Amadi. Hold on. I'm finna just look, man, see what picks we got for them. We ain't got no picks.
I agree, Dion. I mean, shoot, that right there was horrible. And I didn't expect Julio, to come out looking like how he was looking. I mean, shoot. I mean, he was injured, and then when he wasn't injured, he just, wasn't the same Julio, man. I mean, he made a couple of Julio plays for us, but so did Andre Johnson right before he retired. Let me see. J-Rod was good at making trades happen and acquiring
the Cardinals got 11 picks, bro.
Yeah, they stacked. I mean, they got a whole offense and defense worth of picks, man. I mean,
they have a load. They said we got 6, including the 1st and 2nd. He said, 5th and 6th rounders.
Yeah, we got we ain't got many. I know that for a fact, man. But man, we're gonna go ahead and get wrapped up here tonight, man. We ain't gonna hold y'all up too much long. Oh yeah, before we let y'all go to, if y'all ain't seen already, our new stadium looking like a PS1 or a PS2. I mean,
that mug gonna be nice though, bro.
Y'all see it, man. I love it. I mean, true. They can say what they want to say about it. PlayStation 1 or 2. I love PlayStation 1 and 2, man. Them classics, man. And this right here gonna be a classic stadium as well, man. I can't wait to what 2027 is when it's supposed to be done, man. I cannot wait for that, man. Lord willing, man, I'm gonna be up in there, and I hope I'll be rich enough to have some season tickets, because the thing about them prices right now, man.
Yeah,
them prices
I can't
is
wait to
not
go
gonna
to a
be
game,
nice.
dude.
Yeah,
Everybody hating on our stadium, but no, darn well they can't wait to come to it. Like he said, a dream cast.
Yeah, I forgot about the dream cast, man.
The dream cast.
Yeah,
it went from
classic.
being a Top Golf to a Dreamcast and a PlayStation. Like, what they like? Just say it's the Titan Stadium. I just want to know what they're gonna call it. Is it gonna be called Nissan Dome or something? So I got it right here. We got a first, second, fourth, and 2 7s. We got 5 picks, bro.
Five picks. There it is, right there. So
we traded our third round pick to get Will Levis, Will Levis.
Nah, there you go, man. That Vol shit coming up out of you, man. But before we ride on out, man, go get y'all credit together, man. I cannot say that enough. You need credit in this world, man. Walking around with all that money in your pocket, it ain't gonna be shit if you ain't got your credit right. Holler at Credit King Steve at creditkingsteve.com or creditking10k.com, man. If you tell him you came from the Titans Colosseum podcast, he gonna give you the consultation for free, and he charge $100 for that, and he dropping hella gems in that consultation too. So y'all make sure y'all go hit him up, and then y'all make sure y'all go get them whips shined up, man. I mean, it's warming up out here, man, and you ain't trying to be riding around in no dirty smelling car, man. Go holler at our boy Trey at purepersianmobile.com. Tell him you came from the Titan Coliseum podcast. He gonna knock $20 off for you, and his price is already on point, man. So y'all make sure y'all go holler at our people. RJ, you got anything you want to say before we ride out?
Most definitely. Make sure y'all keep supporting, keep hanging with us, man. We doing big things, man. But what's happening? We got a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, man. That we planning. We trying to get bigger and bigger, man. We gonna keep doing it big. Trust me.
Yeah, man. And salute to Max, man, for jumping on with us. Like I said, y'all go watch his podcast. Look out for his articles. I mean, the boy going places, man. I mean, we all going places. Every one of us that's in attendance tonight, man. We all going places. We trying to get to Miami with Firestone, man. He out there popping bottles right now. He
that man driving that man riding in a Rolls Royce, man, with the stars in the roof, man. I'm looking at him, I'm like, this man wilding. I mean, this man living life.
Man, that man got some ass in his beard right now. But yeah, man, we gonna go ahead and let y'all rock and roll, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with us tonight. Everybody stay blessed.
No bad. Hold on.